All right, so now here's the other question. What about this form of creatine, this form? So here's what I've done for all of you here. You should know this. The creatine monohydrate is the only form with sufficient safety and efficacy research. So everything I said about creatine working and not, it has to be creatine monohydrate, because those were all the studies were taken, all right, and to support the use of the related claims, only creatine monohydrate. Now, so why do we keep looking for different forms? Well, the reason is as you can tell, from 20 grams a day on your loading phase and 10 grams, throughout the day, as you can see, that's a high dosage, because a lot of it just doesn't get in the body fast enough, or we lose a lot of it going in, all right? So the search is for a form that has greater functional absorption. That's the reason people do it. It's also a little marketing. You got to remember, whoever can say, well, this one works better than this one, that would because it's this, it's esterified, or we make it different, so it's really not as hydrophilic as other creatine substances. Okay, so it can deliver more. I mean, that's a marketing spin. But nothing has been proven yet, period. None have been proven better than creatine monohydrate at the proper dose. See, that's the tricky part. When you look at some of these studies, and I put them in here, I put them in here for you. These are salt forms that you can find. They've done a couple. And if you go to the document, it shows this. I actually listed the studies and their result in the document. I just don't want to go through it all here because it's boring as hell. But the bottom line is, whenever they compare it and said it worked as good as creatine monohydrate, they were using a much lesser dose of creatine monohydrate. Or if it worked better than creatine monohydrate, the dose of creatine monohydrate was too small. So tricky stuff, what they do to try to find a creatine that sounds different and sounds like it's going to work. So none of them have proven better than creatine monohydrate yet. And here's some, in fact, some of them proved worse. Creatine epilester was one that really caught on to the layperson for a long, long time, but it's been proven to be less effective, even at the equal dose as creatine monohydrate. However, here's what I'm looking at. It's the only reason I put it in here. If you look at guanidinoacetic acid, okay, which is actually a natural precursor of creatine. It's actually used clinically to get creatine levels higher in the brain and some other parts of the body. Has been shown to rank creatine levels 16% higher than equal amounts of creatine monohydrate. So I have been looking at this, and you'll see some stuff out there. It is not ready for prime time yet. We don't know the safety effect of it. There's not nearly enough going out there. We'll keep an eye on it only because it's being used clinically, and that's a good test of safety over time. But we're a long way from prime time, so that's kind of the answer to that one. But I will keep an eye on it.